Good evening and welcome to the Healdsburg High School Back to School Night. My name is Connie Lopez Marks and I'm the assistant principal at Healdsburg High School. Before we begin, if you're interested in hearing this presentation with Spanish translation, please click the globe on the bottom of your screen. Buenas noches y bienvenidos a la noche de regresa de la escuela de Healdsburg High School. Yo soy la señora López Marks, la subdirectora de la escuela de Healdsburg High School. Antes de comenzar, si estás interesado en escuchar esta presentación con traducción en español, haga clic en el globo en el parte más abajo de la página y elige español. Les voy a dar unos segundos para hacer el cambio antes de continuar. Let's give our Spanish-speaking families just one moment to make this transition. I next would like to introduce Mr. Bill Halliday, the principal of Healdsburg High School. Mr. Halliday, would you like to begin?
Thank you, Ms. Marks, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to another one of the first here at Healdsburg High School. This is our first ever virtual back-to-school night. Before we begin, I want to go over the format just a little bit. Ms. Marks and I will share some aspects of our program, some recurring themes of our school that we want to revisit this year. We're going to talk about attendance and the structure of our program and some of our expectations for accountability. And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the components of distance learning and some of the goals that we've set for ourselves as we change into a different style of instruction. At that point, we're going to hand off to a series of YouTube videos that all of our departments have put together to tell you about the course offerings and some of the special aspects of their discipline. Our evening will probably take somewhere between 45 and 50 minutes, we believe, maybe a little bit longer than that, but we're very much going to keep this to under an hour tonight. And Ms. Marks will get to this also when she talks about communication, but just another reminder, in this time where we feel very separate, we want to make sure that you and your students and all community members know that we are here for your questions and your support, and please feel free to contact us by phone, by email, at any time. We'll get back to you as quick as we can. We've chosen to continue with our themes that we've had for the last couple of years. And we actually think at this time, we're all facing different levels of challenges. We think our themes are more important right now than ever. And our first theme is about being kind. Again, it's difficult times, and it's a time for us to be supportive and patient and have empathy for each other, and to teach our students to do the same. And to give grace, because we actually question sometimes what are the challenges that people around us are going through as they face going through school and going through their jobs and going through their life right now with a whole different set of parameters. Be present. This is a new type of school, but now more than ever, it's important for students to really lean in and be present. It's a challenge at times, but it's also an opportunity to be present and learn and understand and collaborate with those around you in a different way. Be humble. It's a time of giving. It's a time of understanding of each other. It's a time to really look into your community, as we've experienced with our challenges with our fires over the last few years, the challenges with the pandemic. It's a time to kind of check your ego and work with those around you in a humble and thoughtful manner. And to be open. What are these possibilities? This is a different style of instruction. This is a different way to do high school. But keep yourself open-minded about what are the possibilities, what are the opportunities, what can you learn from in a different way. And again, the themes for this year, as they were the last: to be kind, to be present, to be humble, and to be open. And I hand off to Ms. Marks here.
Thank you, Mr. Halliday. So I think one of the most important aspects of being successful in distance learning is having communication with the school, with the teachers, with all of the staff. So on our actual web page, you're going to see this document that says staff directory. It's really important because it has all of the teachers' email addresses. You can click on them. It would allow you to send an email to any of our teachers, to myself, to Mr. Halliday, to any of our support staff. One of the most important ones I'm going to say is attendance, because we do have times when students are out ill, and we want to make sure that we know that something's going on, and you can communicate that to us. So I want you to see what it looks like, because this is exactly what it looks like on our web page. The next slide, Mr. Halliday, you can push that along for us, is our Facebook page, where some of you are right now. And this is a great way to follow along on anything new that's happening, any events we might be having, any special things that we want to post that our students are doing out in the community online. And so you might want to just check it every other day. It'll allow you to see what's new and exciting. The third one, the next slide, Mr. Halliday, is our parent bulletin. And this is exactly what it looks like. You can get it in email, it's on our web page, and we also send information like this out to our students, and it'll just list all of the events that are going to happen for that particular month or every 2 weeks. So I would encourage you to check your email, make sure it's accurate with us. We are more than willing to send it out to both parents if everybody wants to get a copy of that. We want to make sure that you're aware of anything new that's going on campus, because we do have items that are changing on a regular basis, and we want to make sure that you're aware of that. The next slide, Mr. Halliday, has to do with attendance. And since this is one of the things that I spend most of my time on, I wanted to make sure that I was really clear with everyone that even though we're in distance learning, we really expect for everyone to participate every day. And so we have a few tips that we think might help. It helps our teachers, it helps us. We want to make sure that we're setting alarms so that students know, I'll set an alarm 5 minutes before class starts so that I know, okay, I got to be ready to get into class. Get to class a few minutes early. Teacher will have you wait in a waiting room. And then once it's time to start, they'll start letting students into the class. So we just want to make sure students are on time so that way they don't have to, the teachers don't have to waste time in starting instruction. We want to make sure that students are logging in to all of their classes every day. So I know, especially on these gloomy smoke days, students aren't very interested in even getting out of bed sometimes. So we just kind of have to make ourselves want to get up, go to the classes, even our least favorite classes, and check in with our teachers. If for some reason students are having issues with technology, we want them to make sure that they email the teacher and say, wasn't able to get in today, hotspot's not working, my home internet's not working, my Chromebook isn't functioning. They have the ability to communicate that directly to the teacher. And we really would like the students to take ownership of that, but parents are more than welcome to help a student out with that communication. Next slide, Mr. Halliday. So this is more about things that our teachers are providing with the attendance portion. They're allowing students to go into their PSL pages or their Google page and zoom in every day. So we want to make sure that they have that face-to-face with the student and that they're able to get into the class. If they're not, they email. If they have a camera, which they all should, we really want them to have it on because it allows them to do 4 things. The first is it allows them to develop community. It allows them to meet other students in the class, create friendships, and lastly, it creates a really strong learning environment where students feel confident, comfortable, and respectful towards the teacher and their other classmates. So we really would like to see the cameras on. And then lastly, we'd like the students to stay in class for the whole class period. We've been noticing that students are going in, they're checking in, and then they're leaving to go have a break, and then they never come back again. So we want them to get the full experience of that curriculum and make sure they don't fall behind. So we really need your help, parents, with making sure that your students are staying for the entire course for that particular day. And I think the next slide is yours, Mr. Holliday.
Thank you, Ms. Marks. I'm going to review just a couple of aspects of our distance learning program, and I may be actually repeating some of the things that Ms. Marks said, but they're critical components for this. Is that we've designed a program that has structure, support, and accountability. It's important for your students to know that we have a bell schedule, even though they're in their home, that they have to adhere to. It's very important for your students to have a daily routine, getting up, getting ready for school, just as they would if they were coming to the physical plant of our high school. Structure, stability, and consistency enhance the teenager's ability to be ready, to be focused, and to learn. And our distance learning program really tries to support that. Live check-ins. Our teachers need to see and hear from their students each and every day that they're assigned to the classroom. The Zoom interactions may be a short period of time, then there's breakout groups. They may be up to 40 minutes. There may be even some extended time past that. And then there's what we call asynchronistic time, where students are working on their science assignments, maybe collaboratively. But again, there's a critical part of checking in with your teachers every day with that consistent structure in your schedule. I'm going to talk a little bit about PSL and Google Classrooms. This is a shining example of what a PSL page looks like. This is our Ag Science teacher, Ms. Nielsen. We're working with our teachers, and they've been fantastic in creating these pages. And I will digress for a second. I'm trying to be brief to get us to our teacher videos, but I do want to say that our teachers have put in countless hours to prepare not just their PSL and their Google Classroom pages, but to really enhance their technological understanding and aptitude to be able to bring, frankly, a state-of-the-art distance classroom to your students. And so great compliments to all of our teachers for their work. And we are asking them to be as uniformed as possible and still allowing for academic freedom within their PSL and Google Classrooms, so students can navigate with some consistency from one page to the next. If you look at the screen that I'm sharing right now, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner, join the Zoom meetings. A vast majority of our teachers have a similar placement, so it's easy for the students to find either through Aries or through their PSL pages or their Google Classroom how to enter the Zoom. Increased virtual interactions. The idea is that, unlike last year where we had some check-ins and they were inconsistent, but they're increased and they're consistent. There's an ability for more social and emotional support through this daily check-in, and when support is needed, either academically or emotionally, our students know where to go to and how to communicate for those needs. There should be choice and ownership and learning. There should be project-based instruction happening, not just in our CTE classrooms, but also in our other academic areas. Our attempt is to try to replicate person-to-person instruction as best as possible, knowing that that's difficult and slightly impossible to do it through distance learning, but we also believe strongly that we can have an authentic, accountable, and successful program for your students through this format. And we have to remind the students that this is their instructional model until further notice. So again, going back to our 4 themes, it's time for students to be open and really lean into this and gain from it as much as they can. Okay. Well, we're going to go through, as you can see on the screen, all of our departments have a short to semi-medium length YouTube video Um, all of the teachers wanted us to share with you that after watching these videos, we know that you'll have questions specific to their academic areas. Go back to what Ms. Marks shared with you. Contact details are on our webpage, or you can just call our main office and you can leave a message to any of the teachers that you're about to see. And they also wanted to express to you that they would much rather be meeting you person to person tonight, and look forward to the day that we can all have that experience again. So without further ado, we're going to start with CTE. Folks, we're having some technical difficulties, and I'm going to, with some sound, and I'm going to hand over the controls of the volume to Karen, who's been our moderator tonight. Okay?
Class this year. I'm excited to have your students in my online classes. I use ESL exclusively for all of my classes, and it's the best way for your kids to be able to reach out is via email. I'm really excited about class. We're going to try to do interactive cooking and make it as fun, as hands-on as we can do with CTE. in this strange environment. And please, if you have any questions about your kids' progress, please reach out. My email is dcorsino, CORSINO @husd.com. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Mr. Osborne. This is Healdsburg High School's auto shop. I'm currently in the auto shop, and all these vehicles and all this stuff here is waiting for the kids to come back and get to work. For right now, obviously we're distance learning. We're doing the best job we can, learn about rules and tools and safety, and then slowly but surely starting to virtually work on vehicles, and then soon enough we'll be in here actually working on vehicles. So your son or daughter is either in my second period or sixth period beginning automotive class or my fourth period advanced class. This class is a little bit more difficult to do online, but we're going to do the best we can to get through this together until we're able to come back person to person. As a parent, what you need to know is everything I do is on PSL. All the assignments are on PSL. A lot of stuff's listed on the left. You can find weekly or bi-weekly what we are doing and my communications with the students. So other than that, look for me on PSL. Email me if you have any questions, and check Aries as much as you want. Once a week, I'll update it, and we'll be able to see your son or daughter's grades, follow along. Again, ask me if you have any questions, and we'll all get through this together, and soon enough, we'll be right back in here. Thanks a lot. See you guys soon.
Hello, my name is Terry Pagney, and I teach construction technology, both advanced and beginning. This year is a little bit more challenging in that we're online. Trying to make it as interesting as I can. I can't hammer a nail through a computer, so it's a little bit more difficult. I've been showing the students some of the movies that deal with the various trades that I'm trying to teach in our class, various tools that will be used, the safe use of those tools, and hopefully we can hit the ground running when we have direct learning. I'm going to be interviewing a lot of owners from various industries and let us know how they got to where they're at in their trade or owning their own company. I use Google Classroom as my avenue to teach the kids, and Zoom every day. Teach Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We have Zoom classes at 8:30 and a little after 10. Please feel free to contact me anytime via my email. It's tpagni, T-P-A-G-N-I, @husd.com. Again, I'm open for any questions you might have, and so far, it's been a really great experience with the students. Thank you.
Hi, I'm John Chevalier. I'm the audio video production instructor here at Healdsburg High School, and I want to begin by saying that I am looking forward to having a great year even though we're in distance learning. We have a digital textbook this year that students have access to. We have an online video editor that we haven't had before, so there's not much that we don't do in the classroom that we won't be able to do distance learning. Two classes, two levels. We have a digital filmmaking class, which is the intro level, and an advanced video production class where we actually have commercial clients that we do work for. All of the information on my classes can be found on my PSL page. Take a look, become familiar with it. There's a parent section with a little bit longer video that talks about the course, and contact me, jchevalier@husd.com. That's my email address, best way to get a hold of me. Otherwise, we really are looking forward to having a great year, and that's it for me. Hope you all are doing well. Take care.
When you were here before.
Good evening, and thank you for joining Back to School Night with the English Department. My name is Dennis Ojeda Jones, and I teach the sophomores this year. I'm teaching English 10 College Prep as well as Advanced Standing. If you need to get a hold of me or find out any information about my class, please check my PSL page. Everything is listed and organized clearly for you there. The main things I want to focus on with the kids this year are reading, writing, speaking, presenting, and researching. And in this crazy new world, trying to create a sense of community. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Greetings. Thank you for joining us this evening on Back to School Night. My name is Ben Gunter. I'm your child's English teacher this year. This is my 17th year, and luckily my 5th year at Healdsburg High School. Great place. This year I'm teaching AP Language and Composition, English 9, and then English 9 Advanced Studies. I'll be dealing with a lot of different modalities with your kids. I like dealing with the arts and music and integrating different types of discourse into the conversations the students are having in class to see that I can reach all of them in levels that they can relate with and bring into the group as a whole a more stronger sense of community, as Mr. Hedda Jones is referencing. PSL is a good place for you to look for my work and more importantly, your students' work as well. I can be reached, my email address, bgunter@husd.com. And I'll have to say, I've been impressed so far with your children's resilience this year. They've done a really good job, and it's a tremendously difficult way to start a school year. So hats off to you and your kids. Go Hounds, and you know how to reach me if you need to. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our virtual back to school night. My name is Audrey Beeler. I teach senior CP English, as well as AVIDs 10, 11, and 12. My PSL page is the best place to get information about your students' classes with me. You can reach me by email. I do my best to respond quickly to your questions. In English this year, we're going to be focusing on polishing those rhetorical skills that they've been building for the last couple of years. I can't wait to see your students' writing and their critical thinking. I think it's going to be a good year. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, everyone. My name is Roxanne McNally, and I teach English language development. So I will be working with students on developing their English proficiency in speaking, listening, reading, and writing, and preparing them to transition into grade level English courses. If you need information about my class, you can visit my PSL page. And if you need to contact me, the best way to do that is by email. You can email me at rmcnally@husd.com. I'm looking forward to working with your kids this year.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mr. Linker, and I teach AP Literature and Composition to seniors. I teach AVID 9 freshmen, and I teach English 9 to freshmen. I've been teaching for 23 years. I have 3 daughters, 2 of who went to Healdsburg High School. I have 4 grandchildren, and I like to think that I'm a good storyteller. And so, like all the teachers that you just heard, I too am going to teach them the art and the practice of reading and writing. So that I really hope that by the end of the semester and by the end of the year, that your child has become a better reader and a better writer. That is the hope, I'm sure, of all the departments, but especially of the English department. If you want to contact me, please go to my PSL website or you can contact me via email at jlinker@husd.com. Thank you.
Welcome, parents, kids, you're out there. Mrs. Pollock here. I teach English 11 and I teach seminar, junior seminar. I'm a seminar coordinator. As everybody has said, the PSL page is a great place for you to visit if you need to know what we're doing in class or want to check up on what your kids are learning. My focus is really kind of getting them ready for the expository experience they'll have with Miss Wheeler or in their senior English class. And I try to bridge between our class and U.S. history class. So it's my hope that your student will learn that they are indeed a writer and that their voices matter and their opinions matter and are necessary to continue to move our society forward. So if you need to contact me, spollock@husd.com. And yeah, I'm going to now explain the course sequence to you for English. So here we go. You need 4 years of English to graduate high school. That means you have to get a passing grade in 8 semesters of English. Very, very important. If you have a mind towards really challenging yourself in reading and writing, we do offer an advanced standing course. As you've heard, Mr. Gunter is teaching that this year for the freshmen, and Mr. Ojeda-Jones is teaching the sophomores. If you are really wanting that extra bit of challenge for yourself. And then no matter which class you've taken, whether you've taken the CP course in 9th and 10th grade, or you've taken the AS course in 9th and 10th grade, you can make another choice your junior year to take either AP composition, or you can make the choice to take English 11. And then your senior year, you have another choice to make. You can take AP Literature, Mr. Linker, and have the literary experience. Or you can take expository reading and writing with Ms. Beeler and have the expository reading writing experience. So that's about all I have to say about that.
Just want to reiterate that we're so excited to be working with your students. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mr. Lancaster, and I'm the drawing and ceramics teacher. And I'd like to show you a couple of examples of some of the work that we're going to be doing this semester and talk about the classes a bit. Drawing and ceramics usually do at least somewhat different projects, and they will from time to time. Under the current circumstances, there's going to be a little bit more integration than usual. But they both involve drawing. They both involve a little bit of working with three-dimensional materials as well. Here's an example of the kind of drawing that we might do as a class assignment. Maybe a little hard to see here, but it's a landscape that includes both organic and geometric objects with shadows showing the way that light plays across different surfaces. It's drawn in 2-point linear perspective to create depth of field. And it also uses atmospheric perspective, which is created by particles of dust and moisture floating around in the air and creating visual interference between the viewer and an object which is way off in the distance. And it can be used as a trick in drawing or painting to create the illusion of depth of field. With all the smoke blowing around in the air currently, there's a lot of examples of atmospheric perspective happening around us as well. And that can be used as a technique in drawing to show distance. So the remaining examples are on a slide deck, so I'm going to pause for a moment and then come back in slides as a disembodied voice. And okay, let me go to screen share and give you a look at some other types of work. So this is the project that we're working on currently called Scarecrow 2020. It's a fundraising project for yourtinyfarm.org, and it's an ideal thing for us because it involves a lot of design drawing, a little bit of 3D work. Some of the students are going to be working large, doing more life-size scarecrows. Some will be doing smaller individual ones. Some students will be doing a finished painting instead of a sculpture. And these are going to be auctioned off as part of a fundraiser for an organization that works with people to grow small plots of produce, either on private land or public spaces where available, and then donate the proceeds. So it's really an ideal project for us in that it involves a lot of creative brainstorming, design drawing, creating physical objects, and then it's an exhibit opportunity for the students, and it has a community service component, which I think is very important for us. The way that the process starts is through what are called thumbnail sketches. Thumbnail sketches are used for brainstorming to come up with ideas. They're meant to be very quick. They shouldn't take a long time. You'll see these in Aries when you go in to look at our grade book. And they ought to look something like this, although they needn't be very careful drawings. They're simply meant to be recognizable and to get ideas out on paper as fast as possible. Once students have done these, they're going to choose one of their design ideas, and then the next phase is what's called a rough sketch, which you'll also see on Aries. Students won't be doing 6 of those. They'll only be doing 1 for their chosen object. And then following that, it will result in either a finished painting or an actual sculpture. This is just a sock that's tied up with string and using pins for features. It's very humble, but photographed in dramatic lighting, it can take on a larger persona. Here's another assignment that we did last spring. We'll probably do something similar again. It's just a pen and ink drawing on a brown paper bag that is taped up to a window and photographed with sunlight showing through it. Adds a whole new dramatic aspect to it. And here are a couple of other objects. This is just a sheet wrapped up with some toilet paper tubes and a hairbrush. From this photograph, a finished painting could be made, or it could remain a 3D object. This is dryer lint with string and very simple origami put together into a sculpture. And under the circumstances, I can't send home a lot of materials. Like we can't use ceramic clay this semester, for example, and even with 2-dimensional art, we have less access to messy, invasive materials than we ordinarily would be using. And so it's going to get very improvisational, especially towards the end of the semester. But my hope is that there will be other projects similar to the Scarecrow one that are more broad-based, integrative, and again, have that community component. Just a few little nuts and bolts items. I don't grade on drawing ability. It's all about effort. So if you see anything less than an A on Aries or on a progress report, it simply means that something is missing. That can always be made up. I do accept late work for full credit. I also give extra credit for any work that students do outside of class that has a creative component, especially if it has a community service component. That's very important to what we do. So that gives you a sense of what we're up to. Thank you for being here and for watching. If you have any questions, my email is available, and you can contact me through that or request to be added as a guardian in our Google Classroom. I'd be happy to do that as well. So hopefully I'll have a chance to meet you in person someday, and thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.
Hi, let me introduce you to our math department. I'm Jamie Atwood. I teach IM3, pre-calculus and financial algebra. Joining us this year, we have Bernadette Calhoun. She's teaching IM2. We have Mike Ephraim. He teaches IM1, IM1 support, and AP computer science. Dana Parnay teaches IM2 and IM3. Todd Sheehy teaches IM1 statistics and AP calculus. Let's talk a little bit about our high school math course sequence. Our incoming freshmen generally take integrated math 1 or 2. After students complete math 1, they go to math 2. At this point, they have a choice. They can go to financial algebra or integrated math 3. Having completed integrated math 3, they have a choice for statistics and pre-calculus, and some students are able to take AP calculus at the high school. Let's talk a little bit more about integrated math. What we've done is we've taken algebra and geometry and kind of sliced and diced them. In IM1, we do the linear equations of algebra and congruence, proving that figures are similar in geometry. We go to more abstract concepts in IM2 with our quadratics and similarity for geometry. IM3 is very similar to an Algebra 2 course. Our learning curriculum of MVP focuses on student discovery and communication. We're continuing to do that in distance learning. We're also having direct instruction and practice problems. We're focusing on open-ended problems, and all of your students have received packets of learning materials, so they have handouts right in front of them. After IM3, students can take pre-calc or statistics. Pre-calc is more for students who want to go into an engineering, econ, science field. Statistics are for students who might want to do business, political science, or courses like that. Statistics are a great way to learn how to understand data and present data, really important in today's world. We also have 2 more courses, financial algebra. This is for the student who, having completed IM2, do not wish to take IM3 or higher. It counts for graduation. It does not satisfy the requirements to go to a 4-year college. AP Calculus are for those students who wish the highest level of math they can receive at the high school. Now, how can I help you with distance learning? Right here on Aries, we have links to our websites and our Zoom meeting links. If you don't have a calculator, Desmos.com has a scientific and a graphing calculator. We strongly encourage your students to use these. And how can you help your students who are struggling with distance learning? Many of us record our lessons and they can access those. Khan has videos that are available. Your students can still reach out to their classmates, and just like in years past, we are offering tutoring with math teachers. It will be via Zoom, and it's on Tuesday and Thursday evenings. Also, your teachers are there. They can email us, and they can stay in our asynchronous time and get questions. Thanks so much for coming to our back to school night.
Good evening. My name is Carolina Diaz, and I'm one of 2 Spanish teachers. Andrea Ruiz teaches Spanish 1 and 2. In Spanish 1, the focus is on communication and culture through reading, writing, listening, speaking, and viewing activities. She uses a variety of authentic resources to gain cultural insights, and the main focus is on high-frequency vocabulary. In Spanish 2, we expand the range of vocabulary and begin to incorporate some idiomatic expressions. In Spanish 3, we focus on control of the basic grammar structures, both orally and in written forms, and also increase their abilities in reading and writing. In Spanish language AP, they refined their speaking, reading, and writing skills that will help them to pass the AP exam in May. The focus is on the California National World Language Standards, and level 1 and 2 is primarily in communication, cultures, and connection. And then in the advanced courses, Spanish level 3 and Spanish language AP, we add comparison and community. The performance assessment is based on presentational speaking, interpretive, and interpersonal activities. Please check our PSL websites to get a full description of our courses and how we're using a variety of authentic and engaging online resources, such as Adios Textbook, VHL, Pear Deck, Flipgrid, and many others. Thank you.
Hi folks, my name is John Natelli. I teach guitar, rock band, and the world famous Greyhound concert band. Our rock band class is an ensemble. Normally we rehearse and learn songs and perform. This year we'll be working on reading music, notation, theory, music history, and our instrumental skills. Unfortunately, we won't be able to rehearse together until we're together in a room. In guitar class, we'll be going over a variety of instrumental skills on guitar, finger picking, strumming, chords, lead guitar, shredding, as well as fundamentals of music. reading, and notation. For our wonderful band students this year, we're using an online platform called Smart Music that is being used all throughout the band world right now in the United States, especially in Sonoma County and also at the Santa Rosa Junior College Music Department. I'm going to give you a little demonstration of how Smart Music works. This is what a band student sees when they use Smart Music. This is a piece of music that we're working on right now in band, Frank Erickson piece. Here's the bass part. So the student can mix in the accompaniment, their own part, the metronome click track. They can change all those levels if they want to find a comfortable blend, and they can play along with the file and read the music. It's really important for me to teach your kids that music can be a great source of joy and not just more work or something to be stressed about or something competitive. So if there's any way you can think that I can help your kids to have a more joyful experience with music, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks for watching.
$999, 1,000. Sorry, didn't see you there. Wow, we're just wrapping up a little workout here in our office. My name is Coach Kavanaugh. I teach conditioning.
Coach Domenicali, I have the freshman PE classes and sophomore PE classes. Grew up in Cloverdale, California. This is my 23rd year at Healdsburg High School.
Wow. I grew up in Eugene, Oregon. This is my second year at Healdsburg High School, and I teach the conditioning classes. This year in the PE department, we are focused on getting your students moving while they are at home. So PE is going to look a little bit different. Our main focus this year is going to be on your students' well-being. So we want their time in PE classes so they're moving and staying active.
Okay, a couple things. First of all, those screens got to be on at all times. Sometimes we need them to even tilt the screens because sometimes they're doing performing tasks on the ground. Like we yoga today, that's a big one. Another is attire. Girls' hair ties. We don't want really sweatshirts on. We want them to have flexibility and room to move. And last, it's clear out all that stuff in their rooms, in the garage, or even the kitchen, because these kids need room to move.
Room to move is important. As you can see, this is what a typical class is going to look like for us. We will be streaming a video that we recorded, and then the students will be performing the exercises. That's why it's so important they have their screens on so we can make sure they're staying active. How is grading going to work with distance learning? Well, in conditioning class, 60% is participation, 20% is fitness, and 20% is going to be their written work. So they will have to turn in steps for activity logs. They'll have to complete workout logs as well. So I've had all of my students download an interactive notebook where they're going to track everything for our class.
In PE, participation is 65% of their grade. That's working out, doing the workouts. The other 35% of their grade is going to be test, homework, the step tracker on Monday. That's where the other part's going to come in. Now, a typical week for us is Mondays, we're going to do the step tracker. On Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, the kids are going to come in. We're going to do a dynamic warm-up to start. Then we're going to hit it with the workout. Might even be a Kavanaugh workout one day. Might be yoga. Might be P90X. And then we're going to end it with a little static cool down. After that, I'll give them a little homework assignment they can do. And then every 2 weeks, they're going to turn in a journal to me. And I'm going to be grading that as far as their written work.
How a typical week looks for conditioning. Monday, the students have to complete 8,000 steps with an activity tracker. They'll take a screenshot and submit it to me. Tuesday, Wednesday, we will start off with the Kavanaugh workout. It begins with a warm-up. We go into strength movements, then a cool down. And then after our Tuesday or Wednesday workout, I have a recorded lecture, about 5 to 10 minutes, that they'll watch and take notes. Thursday, Friday, we get back into a workout, same style, and then they'll have to complete their workout journal as well. As you can see, Coach Dominichelli and myself are using exercise bands. We have ordered every single student their own exercise band and door anchors. We'll be sending those homes when we receive them. An awesome benefit to those, your students get to keep these, so they will have exercise equipment that will last them a while. Man, it's not Flex Friday, but I feel like every day should be Flex Friday. We're gonna get back to this workout. If you guys have any questions, please send us an email. We'll happily respond as fast as we can. You guys stay safe and healthy out there. Take care.
Welcome to our back to school night. I would like to share some information from the Healdsburg High School science staff with you. Let me begin by introducing your Healdsburg High School science staff, starting with Ms. Riley Nielsen and Wesley Hunt, our amazing agriculture science teachers. Teaching the life science strand of our traditional science classes is Pat McDowell. And then there's me, Andrew Kempiak, the department chair. I teach chemistry and physics. As you can see, we have a robust agriculture science pathway for the Healdsburg students. Beginning with sustainable ag bio, then moving into ag and soil chemistry, students can choose to continue to take advantage of these impressive ag classes every year at Healdsburg. We also offer the more traditional science classes, starting with freshman biology, then moving into chemistry. Students can then choose to take physics or freshwater marine ecology. Students, including students that started off in our ag program, may want to challenge themselves further and take one or more of the advanced placement science courses we offer. Due to class sizes, these classes are offered every other year in the pairs that you see on screen now. With all the changes to how we teach, we want to reassure students and parents that our science classes are still UC and CSU approved courses. These classes will qualify students with passing grades for college admission. And even though students won't be in a lab classroom in real life, they will have lab components to work through in these online classes. Mrs. Hunt and Nielsen have sent ag materials home so students can work at home on class projects. My physics classes are going to be rolling objects all around their houses to collect data. And chemistry and biology classes are going to be utilizing video and online interactive labs to expose students to lab environments. As we look forward into our school year, we realize that there are a lot of differences for students and teachers. One of the biggest challenges for students will be the independent work they will have to do. Previously, students could work in class, get help from the teacher at break or lunch, and then turn their work in. That's going to change. Students will be expected to work more independently on their own at home. Teachers will still be here for help. Students are just going to have to seek out that help when they need it. Class information is going to be provided online, and students will have to know how to access that information from those teachers in all their classes and be able to reach out to the teachers for assistance when they need extra help. It's that time away from teachers, which we call asynchronous time, where students will have to do their best to complete assignments, work with peers or their teachers to do whatever they need to be successful. That's going to be a huge change for all of us. There's so much out there now for all of us to keep working through. Know that your science teachers are here to help you be successful. We wish you all great luck, and we really can't wait to see you in real life soon.
Hi, I'm Thomas Worf. I am the Social Studies Department Chair for this school year, and we'll be introducing ourselves in the next couple minutes. We'll start with John Camp. Go ahead and introduce yourself, John.
Okay, I'm John Camp. I teach a variety of subjects. I teach AP Psychology. I teach Child Development. I also am in the College and Career Seminar group, and I also do yearbook. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Otherwise, all of my class information is available on the Power School Learning sites, so you can go there and find out what we do each week and any information about the course itself.
All right, next up, Yasha, mostly teaching 10th grade.
Hi everybody, my name is Yasha Mogram, and your son or daughter probably refers to me as Mr. Mo. I teach world history and AP world history, and I really enjoy teaching at Healdsburg High School, and it's been really fun getting to know your son or daughter this year, even though it's virtually. And I just look forward to a great school year, and I'm willing to do anything I can to try and help make the year a success for you or for your son or daughter. So you guys have my email, reach out to me anytime, and I'll hear from you. Thank you.
Okay, and I'm Thomas Worf. Like I said earlier, I teach mostly the juniors, the 11th grade history. I teach U.S. history, which is basically from the Civil War until contemporary times. Teach it pretty much thematically and have been doing a lot of stuff on current issues going on in the United States. I also teach AP U.S. history, which is from the beginning of first contact with Europeans all the way to today. Good subjects, very interesting stuff to go over in 2020. I've gotten to know your kids the first couple weeks virtually, and it has been a very good start to the year. I look forward to spending the rest of the year working with them. I'll send it over to Eric, teaching 12th grade.
Hi, Eric O'Connor. Yes, I have the privilege of basically teaching the last year a lot of your sons or daughters' schooling. So I teach seniors during the fall semester. They have a choice of AP Government or Civics. It's a pretty awesome time to be learning those subjects, right? We're starting the year with the protests. What does it mean to be patriotic? What are your rights and responsibilities? And so we'll learn a lot, right? And there's a big election coming up. We'll go through those from the local to the federal elections. Then in the springtime, we all learn economics, pay bills, invest in the stock market, all that fun stuff. So it's, I think, a good year to kind of end your students' social studies career. I'm also teaching one section of world history for the sophomores. So so far the year has gone well, and hopefully it continues. So thank you.
Okay, we are the Social Studies Department. We look forward to a great year virtually. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our evening. I want to thank all the teachers. I want to thank Ms. Marks for helping facilitate this, our interpreter for sharing these details with our Spanish-speaking families, and Colin, our tech specialist who helped us out. And lastly, I want to thank Karen for helping us with our technical glitch that happened in the middle of this. And thank you for saving us, Karen, by taking controls. Please be in touch. We look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to working with your students. And as always, it's an honor to be part of this community and serve your kids. Good night.